Hey guys, it's Tanya, and I'm coming in with a quick thing I wanted to talk about about plastics. And I think what I'm going to say, people will have a different opinion, and that's okay. You know, we can all have our own opinions. And hey, a car video. I haven't had a car video in a while. So people ask me sometimes, how long should I wait to have plastics after losing the weight? And I know doctors all have their guidance, and so you should follow what your surgeon says. For me, I always thought that I would wait at least a year so that I could know that I could maintain my weight and my weight wasn't going to fluctuate, and I was pretty stable. And so I had my first tummy tuck surgery when I was about 15 months out from maintenance, from when I hit my maintenance range. And that was good for me. And then I had my revision a year later, which I basically say is my tummy tuck number 2, because it was pretty major. But anyway, I had something happen over the weekend or it's been coming on for a while, but it came to a realization over the weekend. And I thought it might be really good to talk about for anybody, women-wise, who are thinking about having plastics. So, before I started my whole journey, my breast size was a 44 double D. So I was fairly large, but not in comparison to some people. And then as I lost the weight and I got to my lowest, even like within that year after, like after I finished losing and the year that I waited to have my tummy tuck, my size went down to a 36B. So I shrunk drastically, and I didn't really have a problem with that because I found it was easier to fit in clothes, you know, smaller tops. Exercise was a lot easier, fitting in the sports bras and things, and I was fine with that, fine. And I never considered having breast augmentation just because I didn't necessarily feel comfortable with having implants, and I think it's fine for everybody else. It just, for me, I didn't necessarily think it was a necessity. In fact, when I had gone to my surgeon for my tummy tuck evaluation, she had said she wouldn't do anything. Like, she wouldn't recommend having any kind of lift or anything because she thought my breast had, I don't know, handled the weight loss nicely, especially considering how much smaller they were. So I felt fine with that. And then, so over the last year, I'd say, I feel like they've rebounded a little bit. And I have a feeling it's because anybody who's followed my journey from the beginning knows that I had major hormone issues while I was losing. A few months after surgery, I stopped getting a cycle, and I didn't get it for like 17 months. And then I started getting it again in December of 2013, so about a little over a year ago. And I think my hormones are still recovering, and I feel like I'm really finally back to where like a normal, you know, 30-something, 40-something person should be. And because of that, I think it's because of that, between that and the little bit of regain I've had, my breasts have recovered, and they have filled back in. So much so that I had been wearing a C-cup bra since, I want to say, maybe the end of the summer, the end of August, maybe July. I can't really remember exactly, but I know I had moved up to a C around that time. And in the last few months, I felt like I'm like kind of oozing out of my bras, and I'm like, just recently, I'm like, I really need to go get a new bra. I think I moved back up to a D, which is like pretty incredible. So finally, on Friday night, I bit the bullet, and I went to Victoria's Secret to try on bras. And I told the girl when I got there, I said, I think I need to be sized again because my shape is a bit different. I feel like I'm oozing out of my bras at the C's right now. And she said, oh, sure, no problem. We'll measure you. So she measures me, and she says, you're measuring a 34 triple D. And I was like, what? I was like, look, I'm in a 36C right now. I just don't see how that could be possible. She said, well, look, we're going to get a bunch of various sizes you can try on, and then you can decide what, you know, you feel most comfortable in. So we got a variety of sizes, and what I landed on is a 36. So my band stayed the same, 36 double D. So my breasts have bounced back completely to where I was prior to losing the weight. Like I said, I think it's partly hormonal. Like maybe I should have never gotten as small as a B because my hormones were just, my levels were way too low. But yeah, so what I want to say about that is with plastics is that I think it's another reason why it's important to wait and not rush into plastics, because if I had rushed in and had, at the same time I had my original tummy tuck, also had breast augmentation to bring me up to like a full C or a small D, what would I be right now? I'd be like, I don't know, like an E? I don't know. I would be huge. And so, and then I would probably be having to go in to have some kind of reduction done. So, I know that I'm not the norm and not everybody rebounds this way, but I just want to put it out there that there's a possibility there that if you shrunk a lot and you're upset about it, give it some time. Give it some time for your body to settle. Your body keeps on changing. Even if your weight isn't changing drastically, your body does keep changing, especially if you're exercising. So, and I'm not trying to say that anybody who hasn't waited and had plastics right away is wrong. I'm just putting it out there that think of this as a consideration when you're considering when the time is right to do plastics for you. Okay? Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday for another episode of 50 Shades of Maintenance. Not 100% sure what we're going to be talking about this week, but of course we'll be, hopefully we'll be entertaining as usual. Bye guys, y'all have a great week. Go out and make it happen. Bye.